Now, in a major blow to tourism, Russia's aviation regulator says that Moscow is planning to fly its tourists out of Cuba in the coming days and even suspend all flights until a jet fuel shortage is eased. According to Moscow Civil Aviation Authority, two major Russian airlines are helping evacuate its citizens from Cuba. The agency Rosaviatsia said that Rossiya Airlines had revised its schedule to ensure the evacuation of Russian tourists currently in Cuba. Rossiya, owned by Russian aviation giant Aeroflot and Norwind Airlines, announced that they would suspend flights to the island and offer only one-way tickets out of the island to bring passengers home.
I don't know really. It's not last flight because we have a lot of people here, Russia. Yeah, and I suppose company Russia will take them by definition. And I would like to tell more thanks of Cuban people. It's real people with strong and with good relation with Russia.
Russians and Canadian tourists were seen cutting their vacation short and returned to the winter cold back home.
I think Russia closed flight because oil is finished and now blockade is from USA. Canada is also closed the door and so on, but I don't know, maybe many years ago we come back to Cuba again.
Earlier, Kremlin declined to comment on local reports claiming Moscow's plan to send oil to Cuba, but said that it is in touch with Havana and is even discussing what help it can offer. Cuba for itself had itself warned international airlines that jet fuel would no longer be available on the island. President Trump's administration has already declared Cuba an unusual and extraordinary threat to U.S. national security, escalating pressure on the communist-run island. Washington warned that Havana will no longer receive oil from Venezuela, which is its critical lifeline for the energy supply, while threatening tariffs on supplies, including Mexico, if they continue shipping fuel to Cuba. However, two Mexican Navy ships arrived in Cuba with more than 800 tons of much-needed humanitarian aid as the island nation reels under the impact of tighter U.S. sanctions. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum had earlier protested against the impact of Trump's tariff threats to Cuba's oil supplies. Chile, too, has defended its decision to send humanitarian aid to shortage-struck Cuba.
This is aid from the Chilean state to the Cuban people, not to their government. For this reason, it will be channeled through the United Nations multilateral agencies that offer guarantees and confidence that the resources will be put to good use. Being critical of the Cuban regime cannot mean being indifferent or indolent to the hunger of its people.
Meanwhile, Cuban school children are now attending classes on reduced schedules as the government implements emergency measures to conserve fuel amid a deepening energy crisis. The education cuts are part of a sweeping nationwide rationing plan that affects transportation, communications, electricity, and even healthcare sectors at large.
The Ministry of Education has taken measures in some municipalities and some territories that are not working the complete session. They are working half a session, or not every day. Nevertheless, in our educational institution, we are working a complete session, morning schedule, afternoon schedule, and despite the energy situation, we continue working for the quality of the teaching process, maintaining it, taking into account the current conditions in the country.